what I'm doing right now is more important to me than, the show, the money. I feel like I would prefer to do that.
Did you say the money? 120 million.
I can make 120 million.
Ooh, okay.
If I'm successful with what I'm doing, I can make it.
But after having a kid, I wanted to be a real housemate.
Former lockdown housemate and resident Airbus Prince Nelson came into the house as biggest guest, and it made a tremendous impact on the house. However, it was sad to see him leave. What's up, everybody? My name is ChristyO from the Level Up season, and this is BBNaija exit interview with Pulse. Hi, Prince Nelson. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
I must say, your eviction made me emotional, and I'm not even emotional. I was like, oh my God. Big Brother had to make it seem like, you guys, it was
like
a lot.
we quarreled.
And I was looking into your eyes. I was like, oh my God.
It is what it is. I knew I was going that day. It was
You knew?
Yeah, it was pre-planned. We had a 2 weeks agreement before I went into the house, so the 2 weeks had elapsed. So I knew Big Brother already told me since Friday. Or so.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, but then you came in with 3 other people, and we know Lucy was up, but you were not up. The agreement was not saying maybe Big Brother changed his mind.
No. So the agreement was for the 4 of us had 2 weeks to stay in the house, but it's at Big Brother's discretion to choose who to extend their stay. But I opted for just 2 weeks. I wanted 2 weeks. Don't extend mine. After 2 weeks, please take me out.
There were rumors that you could have been, an actual housemate. True?
I was one of the original housemates that was reached out to, but I declined because at the time I had stuff that I was doing that would not allow me to participate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So now, going in as a guest and then thinking of the fact that you could have been a real housemate, do you think, maybe I should have just, gone inside instead of doing that?
No, I'm actually grateful for the way I came into the house. I don't think I would have enjoyed myself in the house if I was a real housemate.
Oh yeah?
I would have been too worried about what I was working on at the time, and being away from everything that I'm working on right now for 2.5 months per se is not something that I would
really
want to do. So that's why when the call came out, I was like, as much as I would love to do it, what I'm doing right now is more important to me than the show, the money. I feel like I would prefer to do that.
Did you say the money? 120 million.
I can make 120 million.
Ooh, okay.
If I'm successful with what I'm doing, I can make it over and over. So I chose that instead. Okay. It was more important to me. But eventually when Biggie called again the second time, I was like, okay, this time is for 2 weeks. You're not competing for the money. Just go in there, have fun. And after 2 weeks, you can leave. I checked it. I was like, okay, not bad. And it coincided with the time that I had, kind of like a space with work where, I could leave and things would still be in order. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll take it.
Did you have fun?
I did have fun. There was a whole lot less pressure. I was very chill because there was nothing going to get to me. I'm not competing for your 120 million. I'm not competing to win anything with you guys. I'm just there to enjoy myself.
How about tax?
Tax, yes, I could win tax. So that's why if you notice, I was very particular about tax. So whatever tax I won while I was in there, I could keep. So I was particular about tax, and there were some tax that I was very particular about. I really wanted to win the Super Commando tax. I don't think we had that in our season. I really wanted to win the Pepsi tax. I was because I lost it in my season and it hurt so bad, and thankfully I won it.
Ooh.
The head of house, this time I was very particular about it during my set, but this time around I didn't care.
You were chilled, relaxed.
I didn't. Whenever they were reading the instructions, I'll just be laughing like, okay, we'll try. If we fail, no problem. But yeah, it allowed me to just have fun, mingle with people, and just that's what it is.
Cool. So were you watching the show before you went into the house?
I did watch sparingly, right? You know, I'm at work, it's on the TV, I'm working. Maybe if I hear noise, people are shouting, why are they yelling? You get, and after that, I'm going back to what I'm doing, not that I'm seated. So very sparingly sometimes I pick up stuff on social media. Yeah.
So now you were watching the show. Sparrow, what did you say now? That way.
Sparsely. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So going into the house as biggest guest, did you sort of like, you know, have an expectation because you sort of like knew what was going on already on the outside? Did you have an expectation?
I didn't have any expectation of the housemates, to be honest. Cause for me, majority of the people who were in the house were my friends.
Yeah.
At the time, you know, majority of them. So I was like, yeah, now my guys, they inside here, so I'm just going to chill. You get, so, and it was that way for me, to be honest. Like, I just had fun.
Cool. Let's talk about Alex. You mentioned that one of the reasons why you came back into the house this time around was because of Alex. Like, what's like Alex Prince? What's that mix?
So we have been friends for a very long time before even I went on the show the first time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I've known her since like 2018.
Okay.
So she's like a family friend. We're like family friends, right? So when the call came the first time, she told me, oh, they called me. I told her, oh yeah, they called me as well. She was like, are you going? I said, yes, I'm going. And she said, oh, if you're going, I'm going as well. Then after some time, I called, I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. And she was really pissed off. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I just said I was going to do it because I wanted you to go, but I was never going to do it. But she made me promise that if Big Brother ever reached out, maybe for a fake housemate, maybe even for someone to come and judge stacks or something one day, that I should take the opportunity. That even if it's to come and wave and leave, that I should take it. So when the opportunity came a second time when they called, and I saw that she was really struggling in the house, you know, with coping with all the chaos that was going on in the house. So I was like, yeah, I'll take that. I'll go, you know, cheer her up, be a friend to her, and as well use the opportunity to promote my brand and all the things I'm doing.
Okay, so you feel like 2 weeks was enough?
Yeah, I went straight to work.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about Elebaye. Why do you smile?
Go ahead.
Okay. So there are like a lot of comments online that you defended Elebaye because you wanted to use it as a strategy to maybe get viewers to like you. Do you think that's like fair to say?
I think that's actually very false because I'm not playing for 120 million. So what exactly do I stand to gain from anybody liking me or not liking me? Do you understand? If I was playing for the money, then I would need people to like me so that they would vote for me.
Right.
But I don't need anybody to like me. So I don't need to want to use anybody for the game. I got in there and I was drawn to her personality, right? I saw initially, because I'm the kind of person that when I walk into a room, and eventually when all the housemates come out, the people that were kind of close to me, if you ask them, they will tell you. Anytime I noticed any housemates was down, I walked up to them and I'm like, what's up? Are you good?
Right.
Are you okay? I did that a lot for Cross. I did it for even Sheyi. I did it for Alex, Elebaye eventually. So I noticed the first couple of days when I walked in. I mean, when I walked in, everybody was excited to see me. Everybody ran up to hug me and all of that. But she was just seated there, you know, quiet. And then the days leading after that, I always noticed she was always by herself. And then it looks like some of the housemates were picking on her.
Right.
And I would always, are you okay? Have you eaten? And then she was already close with Alex, so it was even easier for us to, you know, start speaking. And from there, it just blossomed into a friendship. And so it wasn't anything that had to do with me trying to use anybody for any strategy. I'm not that kind of person. I didn't use people for strategy in my set when I was a real housemate. And it's now that I'm not even an actual housemate. What's the point?
Okay, fair enough. I think as it stands now, we have two solid ships in the house. That's the Somgel and the Adenita. What's your take on the ships in the house? Do you think it's real? Or maybe it's like a sort of strategy for some people?
I have no words about Adenita. I didn't really pay attention to them in the house, so I don't know what to say. But Somgel, I think to some extent is genuine.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, I know the two people who are Angel, Soma, they're my guys, and I had the a privilege of interacting with them a lot. You know, there were times that they would fight, and the only person Angel would want to speak to is, I don't want to speak to anybody. It's only Prince I'll talk to.
Oh yeah.
You get, so I would come and, you know, help them settle their beef or whatever, you know. So for me, I feel like that one is genuine.
Okay.
The other sheep, I didn't really pay attention, so I don't know.
Okay. So you don't know if it's genuine enough?
I don't.
Okay. So you spoke about, you know, you're working on something. Do you like want to tell us?
So yeah, at the time that it came, I was working on my record label. Oh. Yes, I did open a record label. I have I'm a label owner right now. Coupled with other stuff that I do, my salon, going into movie production as well. But the major one I'm focusing on right now, I'm pushing is my record label, which we'll be announcing officially in October. So we were, you know, doing music camp, recording with the artists involved, you know, trying to get everything together. And it was it's something that I'm very passionate about and I've always wanted to do. And also coupled with the fact that one of the lead artists is my younger brother. So it's even more personal to me as well, because I'm not just pushing my own dream, I'm pushing his dreams as well.
Right.
So yeah, where I believe that he's going to be one of the best things to happen to Afrobeats in the near future. So you guys should look forward to that.
I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
Okay. I wish you all the best. I wish you greatness.
Thank you.
I wish you productivity, more money. I need you to make that 120 million naira.
Of course, we'll make it. We'll make it easy.
And it's a wrap on today's episode of BBNaija Exit Interview with Pulse. It's been really nice chatting with you, Prince Nelson.
Thank you very much.
And that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.